Welcome to the first episode of Mejor Inglés. My name is Juan More. I'm Dominican and I've been a teacher since 2006. And I'm just like you, I'm a busy professional, so I'm here to present this show, which is a live and interactive English show for professionals like you who want to improve their English and just have a couple of minutes to spare every day. In any case, our main topic for today is a question that I get a lot from my students. My students ask me all the time, teacher, how do I improve my English, right? They feel that they got to a level and that they want to improve their English. So I'm going to be presenting the 4 ultimate tips on how you can improve your English. All right, so the first tip that you can use in order to improve your English is surround yourself in English, okay? This is a very important tip. Because we are here in the Dominican Republic, there's no English around us. We only have we have Spanish, we have our parents who speak Spanish to us, we have our children who speak Spanish to us, and all of our friends also. So it's really important to try to include English as a part of your life. You can do this by putting the movies in English when you're watching movies, putting your cell phones in English, putting your electronic equipment in English. Apart from that, you can try reading the books that you read in English. You can try to get people who know English and put them around you, like make friends with people who speak English, get an English girlfriend or boyfriend, someone who speaks English. Or you can even try joining a conversation club. There are some conversations clubs here in Santo Domingo that you can try and join. I'm going to put a link down in the description that will give you information on how to join if you want to. All right, that was tip number 1. Now let's move on to the second tip. The second tip is reading. Reading is one of the best ways that you can improve your English. Just reading a book and having a dictionary and reading the whole novel and trying to get all the information that you can from it, making sure you understand, getting any words from a dictionary that you don't understand. This can really improve your vocabulary, your grammar, your structure. All of that can improve just by reading. Now, if you don't like reading a lot, one of the things that you can do is get a topic that interests you, right? If you like sports, get some books about sports. If you like cars, get a book that talks about cars. But whatever you do, get it in English, read it, and analyze it to make sure you understand it. All right. That was tip number 2. Now let's move on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is the time for English. Make time for English, guys. You have to dedicate some time every day in your life to English. Maybe 1 hour a day. If that's a lot, you can try half an hour a day. In any case, the important thing is that you have to dedicate some time to English. You have to find a space in your day that you can use to practice your English, to call people, to talk with people, to converse, to study the words that you have now, to practice the new vocabulary that you're getting from your classes if you're going to a class. But spending time just for English is going to be amazing to improve your English. All right, now I have the 4th tip. This is the last tip, and of course, it is an important tip also. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Okay, a lot of people, I get this from a lot of students, people don't want to make mistakes, especially in front of the teacher or in front of other people who they think is better at English. But you cannot be afraid of making mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the more chances you have to correct yourself and to improve yourself, right? And on the same topic of not making mistakes, don't focus on the mistakes. When you do make a mistake, just let it go if the person can understand you. You made a mistake in the tense, you know it. You made a mistake in the pronoun, you said he instead of she. Correct it and move on. Don't worry about the mistake so much because it's the more you produce, the better. The more mistakes you make, the better, and the more you produce, the better. So don't be afraid of making the mistakes, but don't focus on them. All right, those were 4 tips that you can use to improve your English. Now we're going to go over our idiomatic expression of the day. The ball is in your court. All right, so we're going to go and look at this expression. This is our expression of the day. The ball is in your court. And you already had some time to think about it. What it basically means, literally, if you think about basketball, when you have the ball, when your team has the ball in the court, it's your turn to shoot or your turn to pass. So when you have the ball in your court in business, it's your turn to make a decision or to give an answer for something. Or in the personal life, if somebody tells you the ball is in your court, it's your choice to, I don't know, to decide on where you want to have the party or where you want to go to eat in a restaurant. So that's what it means. The ball is in your court. Make sure to use it. All right, welcome back to the main topic, guys. We're going to recap the 4 tips that I mentioned before. And so the first tip, if you guys remember, was surround yourself in English. Very important to include English in your life. You have to surround yourself so you get more practice. The second tip was that reading is one of the best ways. Okay? Reading is one of the better ways that you can use to gain more vocabulary and grammar. So try it. Find something that interests you. The third tip is making time for English. You have to find some time every day or sometime in the week to include English and to practice your English. And then number 4, the last tip was, don't be afraid to make mistakes and don't focus on them. Make the mistake, move on. If people don't understand, they will ask you again. All right, so those were the 4 tips. Make sure to put them in practice because it isn't easy. I know. They sound simple, but it's not easy to put them in practice. Now it's time for a message from our sponsors, Progressive English Services. Para obtener el mejor resultado en el aprendizaje del idioma inglés, contamos con Progressive English Services. Ellos te garantizan el dominio del idioma inglés y puedes contactarlos en el 809-732-5150 o visitando su portal www.pes.com.do. También está un enlace debajo que puedes hacer clic para llegar a esta escuela con clases presenciales. Si conoces a alguien que necesita de aprender el idioma inglés, por favor pásaselo a ellos. All right, guys, now to end the show, I would like to invite you. Guys, we have a quiz for today's lesson. Now, the quiz is the same as the last time because we want to give you a chance to complete this quiz and test your English. So make sure to look at the link down below for that first quiz and do it and see how well your English is, all right? The next thing is I would invite you to share this video, all right, guys? Share it. Hit that little share button, share it with your friends, share it with anyone that you think needs to see this video. That includes students and teachers too. If you're a teacher and you want to send me some ideas, do it also. All right, now also remember to like this video. Every like helps. And make sure to make it interactive. If you have a comment, leave a comment down below. And also don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our shows. All right? That concludes for the first show, and I want to thank you very much for watching and staying tuned for our first show. You guys have a great day. Make sure to practice your English and remember that the ball is in your court now.